Howdy, team. Happy Thursday and happy kickoff to college football season. My Aggies are going to put a hurting on the Bobcats tonight, and a lot of fun stuff's coming up on Saturday, so that'll be good. I'm coming to you today from a bathroom, specifically the bridal suite bathroom. That's the one where all of the fun in the church began. Specifically, right there, that little water line you're looking at is the one that burst, and the result was all of that water that just encompassed, well, 2 floors of the church building. I brought you in here, though, because obviously that's caused a lot of chaos for us around here at the lake. Also, a lot of funny puns on our name. Um, but the truth is, because of what we know to be true of God, as frustrating as that water line has been, God's sovereignty means that not only did He foresee that that was going to happen, like He was in control of that situation. Now, I will be the first to tell you, I have no idea why God allowed the water line in our church to break, and for a couple of floors to be flooded, and for Lionheart to be displaced, and for so much of our Sundays to have to be shifted around. And there's still, we're still waiting on insurance checks and for construction to get started, and everything's just taking a long time. I could make some guesses on why God did that, but I don't know for sure, and nobody does, and that's okay. But sovereignty means that God is in control and He's got a plan that He is working out. And it's our job as His followers to trust Him, to trust specifically His goodness, ding, 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 ding. So, in other words, relate today's lesson back to last week. And actually, sovereignty, one of the reasons why sovereignty can be such a comforting thing is the fact that because God is good, I can trust the fact that He's in control. If I didn't know that God was good, the fact that He's in control would be actually pretty terrifying. But since God's good, the fact that God's in control is actually super comforting, encouraging, and exciting. And it's just a good thing. God is in control of all things. And He's displayed that in a number of ways over the course of a number of Bible passages. And let me give you the freedom to pull any of those that come to mind over the course of the week. But certainly at the cross, He displays His sovereignty so well. Just a heads up, I set y'all up on Wednesday night, so I briefly spoke about the passage that we're looking at from Acts chapter 2 this past Wednesday night, because it does pair so well with God's goodness and with God's sovereignty. The truth is, if you read the story of Jesus, it looks like a bunch of people went crazy and murdered the Son of God, just kind of out of nowhere. And that's a little bit what happened, although there had been a plot going and aggravation brewing against Him for some time. But the truth is, and what I try to help your students understand, and what I want y'all to help drive home, is the fact that God the Father and God the Son both willingly and joyfully took part in the crucifixion because of what the end game for that meant, the salvation of the world. It looked like it was chaos that day, but it wasn't. God was completely in control of every single situation and every moment of its timing, and all of it that's just so poetic doesn't even begin to describe how perfect it was on that day. Even though it was awful what happened to Him, the Lord was in control, and He continues to be in control, and He's going to be in control until the day comes get us. And then when we're all in heaven together, He's still going to be in control, and nothing's going to be better than that. And so we do use this passage to help the students see that God never lost control of creation. He's never going to. And that's a great thing to be encouraged by. One of the statements that, there's an old song that I love that it uses. It's an old Derek Webb song, but it says, you can't plan the ends and not plan the means. And one of the promises that we hang on to is the fact that Jesus is going to come back and get us someday. And since that's true, we know that's true, that's not just going to be a random thing. God has a plan that He is fulfilling. So be encouraged by sovereignty. Think through these questions. By the way, there's a couple of the questions on there that have you ask that are directly tied to the sermon that gets offered in the worship service. Pastor Eric is preaching on sovereignty, but he's not going to use the prepackaged sermon that the curriculum gives us, which is understandable. And so if it says to ask a question about today's sermon, you'll need to tailor that to actually Eric's sermon, not the way that they're asking the question. But y'all are smart enough to pick up on that. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Anyway, guys, I love y'all. I'm praying for you. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.